Hey, my name is Tori, and I'm calling from Baltimore. Actually, I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pennsylvania, Baltimore, all in one. All right. All right. Tell us who you are, where you're calling from. Or anybody else tell us your name. Guys, please be mindful of your background noise. Go ahead and mute your microphone. We want to keep a clear call as our guest speaker is getting ready to arrive. Go ahead and tell us your name, where you're calling from, and then please mute yourself back out. And please be mindful of your camera. All right. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Angela Pipersburg, New Jersey.
All right, woman of God. All right, Angela Pipersburg. Good to see you tonight. All right, all right, all right, all right. Anyone else tell us your name and where you are calling from?
Sierra Mason from New Jersey, Willingboro, New Jersey.
Wow, wow. New Jersey's in the house. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, guys. Who else do we have on the call?
Regina from Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, wow. Detroit, Michigan. I heard. Who else?
Quenisha Boyd from Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right. Charlotte, North Carolina's in the house. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the baton to some amazing leaders in the Virginia area, Pastors Ron and Karen Morrison. I know that they are actually launching their Forex business tonight, introducing this education to families all across the world. And Pastor Ron and Karen, it's an honor to be in connection with you guys. I have known Pastors Ron and Karen probably over 15, 20 years. And
everything.
Yeah, I can't tell it all tonight. So Pastors Ron and Karen, if you could just pretty much share with your guests why you guys are having this call tonight and what their expectations should be, and then I'll bring on our guest speaker tonight.
Thank you. We appreciate all of you for being on board, and we thank you for this opportunity. We're doing this because we know that God's will is for man to prosper. He said, I would that you would prosper and be in health even as your soul prospers. We can get so focused on our soul that we forget about the other portion, that we're supposed to prosper otherwise. We're supposed to have wealth. The Bible tells us that money answers all things. And since money answers all things, that means we have to have it so we can have some answers. There's so many questions that are going on with everybody, and what to do and how to do, where to go, how we're supposed to act, how we're supposed to respond. But if you have money and the things that God has already set in place for you, you're supposed to be walking in a wealthy place, and that's what we're demanding, and that's what he told us to do, to have that abundant life. He said, I've come that you might have life, that you might have it more abundantly. And that's what we're supposed to be living in. That's why we're doing this. We're trying to get everybody, as many people as we can, to join in and get on board so that you can have that abundant life. You don't have to question where's your next paycheck. You don't have to question if I'm going to have enough to get by. You don't have to question whether or not I'm going to be able to do the things that I want to do. Am I going to be able to take my family on vacation? Am I going to be able to do that? Am I going to be able to take a trip? Are we going to be able to add on to the house? Are we going to be able to buy a house? We don't have to have those questions if you have the finance, college preparation, and students going to school. You got to have money for that. Money is a necessity, and God has wanted us to have money. I don't know where it came from that the Christian's supposed to be broke, but that's a lie straight from the devil. We're not supposed to be broke. He said the love of money is the root of evil, not having it. So therefore, we want to make sure that we get our portion and what belongs to us. And we just thank God for this opportunity. Thank you, Brother CJ. I was looking at some pictures the other day when I was helping between your wedding. So I was really excited about that.
Yeah, and that's funny. Yes, Pastors Ron and Karen, Pastor Ron, you were there. You helped to wed and marry me and my wife. As a matter of fact, we celebrated our wedding anniversary on the 28th of this month. So thank God for the coaching and the counseling, and it's working out. All right. Amen. So thank you, Pastor Ron and Karen. They're launching their Forex business. So if you are a guest of Pastor Ron and Elder Karen Morrison, you guys are definitely in great company. Guys, I'm excited tonight, of course, for Pastors Ron and Karen, but I'm also excited for the guests that are on tonight's call. If you are a first-time guest, I want you to put a 777 in the chat. Guys, I am not the guest speaker. Our guest speaker just landed. She just arrived to our call here tonight, and I'm super excited to introduce this phenomenal matriarch, this phenomenal woman of God that has a heart to truly help impact people. As a matter of fact, when I met Dr. Jewel Tankard just a couple of years ago, I had already done my research. I already knew she was a mogul in the real estate industry, a celebrity, multi 8-figure earner. But regardless of all the financial things that this woman of God has been able to acquire, her and her husband, Dr. Ben, her humility, her love for God, and her ability to keep the calm and touch regardless of financial increase. So guys, I want you to prepare. Get your notebook, get your pad. I'm telling you, Dr. Jewel Tankard, I believe in my heart, she's going to convey a message tonight that everybody on this call can go to the next level in every area of your life. So Dr. Jewel Tankard is the wife of music genius Dr. Ben Tankard. Dr. Jewel has a heart, and she's currently now building a global team all around the world. I believe Dr. Tankard has well over 8,000 people that are in her 4X company. And this woman of God is impacting people, and she's bold and she's unapologetic about it. And I appreciate you, Dr. Tankard. And guys, I want you to help me. Keep your lines muted so we can keep the call clean. But I want you to show your appreciation by lighting up the chat with sevens, put some fire emojis, drop some money bags, get excited, light the chat up as I introduce to some and present to others Dr. Jewel Tankard. All right.
Hey, let's go. I'm so excited to be on here with you guys tonight. Pastor's excited to have you guys on here, and just love hearing your story, your testimony. And hey, listen, we want everybody to be wealthy, and the strategies are here on the earth. There's nothing new to the earth. So you can make me host or co-host, not host, but co-host.
Yeah, I'll make it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So I'm excited to be on here with you guys, and excited for all the guests that are on here tonight. Whoever invited you on, you definitely are in for some really powerful information. God has blessed my life to be in this space for the last 4.5 years, and I can tell you it is definitely one of the smartest financial decisions that I have ever made. Because what's happening right now is that what COVID did really is it shifted the entire world into the digital space, right? Like we're all automatically thrown into the digital space. And so can you see my face, girl?
Yeah, I can see you to the right. Yeah.
You can't. Okay, good. And then I know you're working on your damn post, right?
Yeah, I'm actually doing this. I'm streaming through StreamYard, so we're on social media as well.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna show the slides then?
Can you show them? Do you have?
Yeah, I can, but the only thing is that I would need to be co-host in order to share any slides. So anyway, COVID totally shifted us into a complete digital boom. Like 2020, for people that have been in this space, has been a remarkable year. Quite honestly, it's been remarkable. We have so many people now that didn't really feel like they knew what to do. They were at home, hey, we need to learn. And so when you think about, what's happening right now in the world today, like if you want to check the weather, what happens? You're going to go to a weather app. If you want to check the bank balance, you're going to go on your banking app. If you want to go grocery store shopping, you're going to get on your Instacart app. If you want to go from one point to another, you're going to download Uber. If you want food delivered to you, you're going to get on Uber Eats. So everything is digital. And so just like transportation has been impacted by this digital space, how we move money from one phone to another with apps like Cash App has been greatly impacted. Well, also the movement of money, the velocity of money is moving much faster than any other time in our history. And so what happens is sometimes we have, our money looks like a flip phone when it really should be looking like an iPhone 12, which is about to come out tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but within the next couple of weeks. And so this space is really critically important because everything is changing. you know, and I love my 96-year-old grandmother so much. And I remember when I first told her about, you know, not having to go to the bank, but she could just, you know, take a picture of her check and have a personal account and have it deposited into her account. She was like, you know, that sounds like that's a scam. It's like, girl, taking a picture of your check and depositing it, you know, having the ability to deposit into your account is not a scam. We laugh, but the reality is that's what happens with a lot of people where 2020 is concerned. Like, it's a whole nother world out there. And so you can either money is going to be very hard for you to make check to check, or you're going to learn the new rules of money and begin to apply this digital space, and making money is going to become very fun and easy, right? And so I think everybody would agree, hey, I want the fun and easy making money. I don't want it to be hard. I don't want it to be a struggle. That means that you have to be willing to educate yourself, okay? And so I've been in the space, like I said, for the last 4.5 years. I was blessed to make my first million in Nextel. I own the Nextel franchise, which was technology and innovation. You guys might remember when you could kind of touch the side of your phone and it was a two-way radio and you could talk to anybody. Nextel, I did very well with that. And then I married my husband.
Yeah.
And then a year after that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, Carl, can you mute the lines?
I can't hear.
Hey, Francine, can you mute down? Thank you, babe. And so what ended up happening was 4G technology kind of ended up, you know, moving Nextel out of business, if you will, because they wanted to take their dollars and be able to compete with the Samsungs and the T-Mobiles and things like that. So everything happens in a cycle. You know, business happens in cycles, money happens in cycles. And so we're going to talk to you about the first phase of what I believe is the largest wealth transfer that the world has ever seen, that you have an opportunity to participate in as long as you're willing to educate yourself, okay? Now, these are the 4 different ways that cash flows, right? So 60% of the people work for somebody else. And I always tell people, listen, it's admirable to work for somebody else. It's better than sitting at home playing video games. But the reality is they control a lot of your life, right? They tell you when you can go to the bathroom. They tell you when you can eat. They tell you how many days you can go on vacation. They tell you how many days you can be sick. And so people that work for other people usually are not completely and totally fulfilled because they really feel like they're being underpaid for whatever their value is, right? And so that's just the reality. When you work for somebody else, they're going to be able to control those things, right? Then you have 35% of the people that go out and say, hey, I'm going to go and start my own business, you know? I'm going to become a doctor. I'm going to become an attorney. I'm going to become a life insurance agent, or open up a clothing store, or, you know, a shoe store, right? But here's the reality. When you, like, for example, I have a good friend who is a dentist, and she had several dental practices, and so she wasn't able to see any patients for a long time. So because she wasn't there, she wasn't getting paid. So that's what you still call active income. Ultimately, you want to be on these 2 slices of the pie. You want to be in the 4%, which is a business owner. These are people that understand, listen, I'm humble, I'm hungry, I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to hang out with people that are smarter than me, I'm ready to hang out with people that know things and are using technology in ways that I would have never used them had I not been in a relationship with them, right? And then you have another 1% that go out and now they're taking that money. This is taking that money because cash is flowing in, so they're doing well, and they take that money and then they start to invest in things like real estate, and things like oil wells, or, you know, diamond mines, or gold, or silver. All of these are hard assets. Ultimately, that's what you want to do. You want to try to move that money, that cash flow, into assets. Why do you want assets? Because assets are anything that causes your money to multiply, right? Without you actually working. This is where you want to be. And this is the thing that I love about this space. A lot of people don't ever get to that space because, you know, all they're doing is making enough money to pay their bills. So we want to go over and beyond that. So welcome to the foreign exchange market. Now, let me explain to you in layman's terms what foreign exchange is. If you and I were all to get on a plane and head over to London, the first thing that we would have to do is we would have to exchange the dollar for the euro. And if the value of the euro was greater than the value of the dollar, but we would end up getting less euros back. Okay? That's what trading foreign currency is. It's the ability to trade into countries and into currencies. So literally you'll have an opportunity to learn things like, trade things like Great Britain pound, Japanese yen, gold, oil, Euro USD, AUD USD, which is Australian dollar, and United States dollar. So any two countries and their two currencies, you are going to learn. The operative word is learn. If you guys can, just put in the chat, learning. Learning is something that's very important, okay? Because most people, when they leave college or they leave high school, right, then they stop learning. Why is the ing in there, right? My sister Jeanette and I talk about this all the time. You have to keep learning. Why? Because everything is changing. And if you don't participate, and if you do not adopt an early adopter or an infinite learning space, if you don't adopt that mindset, then you'll end up being like our precious grandmother, right? Who just did not believe you could serve a check. It was a scam to her because she had stopped learning. So this is really, really important, guys. I want you to really pay attention to what I'm saying, right? Because everything is changing. Every day I learn something different. And you need to start learning specifically about your money. Now think about it like this, Janice. If you want to become a good cardiologist, not only are you going to go to med school, not only are you going to have specialty in cardiology, right? But you are also going to probably try to join associations that have other top cardiologists. What are you going to have conversations about? Protocols, new medications, stem cell, coding. You're gonna have a totally different conversation than a cardiologist who maybe graduated from med school 2 years ago or 20 years ago. And that cardiologist 20 years ago that was amazing, if he doesn't keep learning, eventually, what will people say? He used to be a good cardiologist, but he didn't keep changing with the times. It's the same thing with your money. If you don't start educating yourself on money and technology, it'll be one of those things where they used to be successful, where they used to make good money, right? And I've seen that with a lot of people, especially our elders. Back in the day, they made good money, right? Quote unquote. But then eventually, doggone it, like, what happened to you? How you retired in Section 8? Because they didn't keep learning, right? So the market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So you get an opportunity to trade anytime you want. You get to customize your trading experience. The company made it such that, Taj, you can trade early in the morning if you want. You can trade late at night if you want. The middle of the day. It was so cute. I got my husband trading. I'm so proud of him. We just landed from Scottsdale, Arizona. Beautiful, 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 beautiful trip out there. And then stayed out there this week. And as soon as we landed, got in the car, he had his charts pulled up and I had my charts pulled up. And I put in the trade, and by the time I got home, I hit profit. Yay! Right? So you get to customize that trading experience, right? Now, this is a $6.7 trillion a day industry. Actually, we need to update this 5.3 trillion. It's 6.7 trillion. So you just got a small percentage of that. It's a game changer. Now, another growing industry that you really need to learn is digital currencies. Digital currencies, Tori, is like, it has a value to it. It's based on technology. Many of you probably heard about the granddaddy, which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin solves problems in humanity. All cryptocurrency, Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, all of them, they solve different technologies. Digital currency is now, the stage is being set for us to go into a cashless society. Now, will cash ever be completely obsolete? I don't think it will ever be totally obsolete, but I do think that the value of it will be so small that people will want to use Bitcoin. My sister just posted, it's so good, in an ATM right next to her house, it says Bitcoin is now available, right? You can actually go to Starbucks right now and buy coffee with Bitcoin. You can actually go to Home Depot, buy supplies with Bitcoin. You could actually go to home to buy real estate. I could actually buy real estate with the Bitcoin that I own right now. Bitcoin is a little quick lesson. In 2009, it was worth 1 penny. Today, it's sitting at $11,158.08. Tell me, was that a good buy for the people that invested in 2009? But probably the majority of people that we know, including myself, I was not accumulating Bitcoin in 2009 because I was not getting the education. And when I did first hear about it, I was like, I don't need that. It trips me out how we all make assumptions about what we don't need when you know what it is you don't know. That's the thing, right? So Bitcoin is something you need to get educated on. Digital currencies is something that you need to get educated on, right? So thankfully, I started accumulating Bitcoin when it was $3,500, right? So today is 11,000. So I'm excited, right? And experts are predicting that it's going to be worth over $250,000, Deanna, by 2022, 2023. You're going to have access to over 100 full-time educators. This part is golden because honestly, Pastor, God has graced my life to be able to build my wealth, not just because I'm so smart, I am, but that wasn't it. It was partnership, it was relationship, it was hanging out with people that were smarter than me, it was hanging out with people that were richer than me. You are going to have access to that. The number one thing that most people lack, and the reason they don't grow to the measure that they could, is because they lack the relationships to have the conversations. Because you cannot go to what you've not been exposed to. You really don't know what you want until you've been exposed to it. That's why people be like, I would never spend money on a Bentley like that. You don't know what you would spend if it was in the account. You are speaking from a perspective of lack. And when you see things through the eyes of lack, there's a lot of things that you feel like you would not participate in, maybe because you don't feel like you deserve it, or maybe you don't feel like you can even have it. When you get with these educators and are able to connect with them and collaborate with them and ask them questions and learn and succeed, are you kidding me? Complete game changer. Okay? So you're going to have access to that, and we're going to walk you through that. Like I said, Bitcoin is becoming global forms of payment. Now, this part I really want to focus in on. They have made a big, big deal at breaking this thing down so learning is simplified. And that part, guys, is huge. Because most people, when they think about transfer currency, they're like intimidated. I know I was. I was like, what in the world is really going on right here? But simplified it where you can master the markets and learn how to build real wealth and real estate freedom. And this part is extremely important, right? So you're going to have access to be able to learn how to trade foreign currency, crypto, and also binary options, okay? So you'll have an opportunity to learn all of those things, okay? All right, now, I want to talk to you about what you need to do to get started. Because you're going to have an opportunity. Actually, go back there, Carl. That was good, actually. This right here, it looks like a TV guide, but it's not. It's kind of like a TV guide.
Wait, no, we can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, we can see it, Dr. Jewel. We can see it.
You can? Oh, okay, thanks. Okay, Donna, make sure your video is playing, but thanks. Good looking out there. So basically what this is a whole guide that will basically break down for you what time the traders are trading, what days they're trading, what times they're trading. So you can say, okay, 8 o'clock in the morning is good for me. Kids are going to be doing their schoolwork, or maybe 12 noon, or maybe 7 o'clock at night, or 7 in the morning, or 3 in the morning. Again, you get a chance to determine when. Totally and completely up to you. You'll be able to customize your trading experience, okay? You'll have access to several different strategies, and we'll kind of talk to you about those different strategies and what they look like. But I always tell people, if you can count to 10 and you know your ABCs, you can trade. You can count to 10, you know your ABCs, you can trade. Okay? You have an opportunity to learn and earn on the go. You're going to get easy to follow trade ideas for the markets sent right to your phone. You have an opportunity to stay connected and never miss an opportunity to make a profit, right? And that's what I really, really love about this space, okay? This, actually, I like some of this stuff. Let's go over some of this stuff. I don't want you to run through it. This is good. Let's go back to the beginning of it. Yeah, this is really good. I need people to understand this. We're gonna actually, once you get signed up, we're going to have you download a couple financial apps on your phone. It takes less than 15 seconds to actually put a trade in, okay? And you're gonna, like I said, have access to multiple markets, foreign exchange, crypto, indices, futures, stock markets. You get an opportunity to determine which one you wanna hone in on. Some of you may wanna hone in on all of them, okay? Now, let's go into that next slide. All right, so this is just kind of telling us 43 states have record unemployment rates. And these are current things that are happening. I think we're in the first phase of a recession, not because I want that to happen, but just because the impact of COVID, the digital space has been, COVID pretty much ran traditional brick and mortar businesses almost out of business. And for those people that did not digitize their business, for example, Cheesecake Factory went out of business, or not out of business, they were filed bankrupt because they started using companies like DoorDash and Uber Eats, but not quite fast enough to be able to bring in revenue to offset the expenses that they had. Now, will they be able to rebound from that bankruptcy? I think if they, add a strong digital component, start marketing and advertising, we deliver to you and that kind of thing, that could probably happen. JCPenney is filed bankrupt. Again, traditional brick and mortar. We saw Victoria's Secrets. I'm upset about that. Closing 25% of their stores. Why? Because the brick and mortar. I mean, as a matter of fact, this platform that we're on right here, Zoom, before COVID, Zoom was $1 million company. It is now $1 billion company, and he has recently announced he has no plans on going back to building and doing business that way. That him and his employees will stay virtual, and Twitter has made the announcement and done the same thing. So all these things are going to have implications. You got 13,000 jobs being cut. Pier 1, ladies, didn't I hurt your feelings when I heard about Pier 1? I'm like, no, not Pier 1. But yeah, they pretty much went out of business. Let's go to, let's keep moving. Let's move again. I do want to say though, stay right here. I do want to say that unemployment, I think, just came to a halt last week. What's happening is commercial real estate is really getting hit because a lot of companies and CEOs are saying, listen, we're going to work from home. We're going to work from home. And it's a blessing because I've always kind of enjoyed doing that. And I've thought about getting an office over the years, but I'm like, it's working, I'm built a, multi-million-dollar company and doing it from home. U.S. billionaires have become $565 billion richer during the pandemic. Why do you think that is? Because most of them were in the digital space. And so we have to be in a space like this so we can keep learning and keep shifting and changing, okay? All right, now, how do you get started? $234 to get started. Ladies, listen, on this weed, that's groceries, that $234 is probably the best $234 that you could spend. And then it's going to run you $174 every 30 days because you're getting continued education, okay? Or if you say, I want to learn about all of the things, binary options, stock options, cryptocurrency, and Forex, then you can sign up for $324 one time and then $274 every 30 days. But nobody should be getting their monthly fee because one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to help you bring in the money, use other people's money. Now, first, the company says, hey, if you go and get 2 people, then your monthly fee is going to be waived. I like to kind of take it a step further because in my mind, I don't want anybody coming out of pocket, right? And so the company has set up a really powerful comp plan that I'm going to go over, and I'm going to share with you the amount of money that I'm making because I think it's important to know that. But if you go and you get 3 people, in your organization, then the company is going to pay you $150 a month. Now, when you look to the far left, it says rank. The rank number represents the dollar amount that we can make every month, okay? Where it says qualified subscribers, there was scribbled, looked like somebody's cutie got a hold of that. These are the amount of people that if you bring them in, then this is the amount of money you're gonna make. So I'm gonna go over this and I'm gonna tell you my story and then I'm gonna turn it over to Carl. But I really, honestly, this to me, this is not, let me help you out real quick. A wealthy mindset follows their instinct. They trust their gut, not their head. And they're decisive. Anytime you hear something like this, people making this kind of money, you don't sit there and overanalyze and contemplate and say things like, well, let me pray about it. Because many times that has become a crutch. Because indecision really precedes people with a poor mindset. Wealthy people make decisions quickly. And I wanted to say this before I get into these numbers, because I want you all to know, ladies and gents, this is not no little bit of money. This is not no, little side hustle. This is living a dream mansion, drive the dream cars, own the dream, vacate homes. This is on some other stuff kind of move, right? And it's happening with people literally all over the country right now, and they're making money faster. The velocity of money is moving faster than it has ever had in the entire history of our world. This is why last year there were over 650,000 millionaires made. 650,000. Glory, my God. So let's look at these numbers really quickly. If you get 3 people to come into the organization, the company pays you $150 a month. If you get 12 people to come into the organization, you're going to make $600 a month. 12 people in the organization, $600 every single month. 30 people in your organization, $1,000 every single month. $250 every single week. Now listen, this is starting to change the game a little bit, because $250 a week, that's gas, that's groceries, it's water bill, electric bill. Come on now, it's kind of taking the heat off. Now, where I want everybody to be, period, whether you want to go on or not, is to get at least 12 people, because I want you getting $600 a month, because that's going to pay your monthly fee, and you're going to take that money and use it to start your trading account. Remember, OPM is where it's at. Other people's money. Now you say, well, how am I going to get these people? Let me tell you something. You can start sharing a screenshot of how much money you made to your friend, $50 a day, $20 a day, what you can. The word is going to spread. 75 people in your organization, $500 every single Friday, $2,000 a month. 225 people in your organization, $5,000 a month, $1,250 every week. Every Friday, guys, that's strong. 500 people in your organization, $10,000 every single month. $2,500 every Friday. God graced my life to be the first chairman in the United States of America, North America. And that's a big deal, because traditionally this space has been dominated by white brothers. Chairman 25, 1,250 people in your organization. That's $6,250 every Friday. I need you to see it. One thing that I've learned about walking in wealth, nothing shows up until you believe it can happen for you. You gotta believe it. You gotta take it. $6,250 every single day. 2,500 people in your organization. $50,000 a month. $12,500 every single Friday. Guys, God graced my life to be the first female to hit Chairman 50 in the company. Chairman 100, 5,000 people in the organization, $25,000 every Friday. Yes, Nikki, it's very blessed. $25,000 every Friday. Not some Fridays, not once a month, once a week. And God graced my life to be the first female chairman 100 in the United States of America. Chairman 250, 15,000 people in the organization, 62,500 every Friday. My goodness gracious. We're headed there. 30,000 people in the organization, $125,000 every single Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, this space is real. I'm gonna tell you, it takes two things to become wealthy. You gotta make the decision, and then you gotta start. Carl, you got some testimonials from us that are just, these testimonies are so powerful, just everyday people. Just everyday people winning big. So, Carl, will you bring them on? I can't wait to hear. I never tired from hearing these great testimonies, I promise you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Jewel Tanker. Thomas Reeves, are you there, brother? Would love to hear your trading testimony. How long?
Yes, sir, I am. Thank you, Chair McCall. Yes, I am here. Thank you for this time. Hello, Dr. Jewel Tanker. How are you doing today? You look phenomenal as always. That is one of the hardest working women I've ever seen in my life. But this Forex platform, like she said just a minute ago, it is a phenomenal platform. I thank God for it because it has given me the ability to be able to create wealth. Not only just pay bills. Paying bills is one thing, but creating wealth is another thing because prior to Christopher Terry and Isis De La Torre, before they even implemented this, we weren't even allowed in this space. But just like Dr. Tanker said, you know, you yourself have to figure out where you want to go because of the simple fact that, guess what? This right here is it causes you to have a paradigm shift in your mind because of the simple fact that look around what's happening. COVID-19, the unemployment rate is rising exponentially, but you yourself now have the ability to learn about Bitcoin and trading currency, things of that nature. Because guess what, guys? This is where we are going. But once you sign and you say yes to Forex tonight, it would allow you to be able to be ahead of the power curve rather than be behind it. Because of the simple fact, the best investment you can invest in is yourself. And I promise you, Jordan won't do it. Michael Kors won't do it, but I can guarantee you one thing, Forex will do it. Now, concerning my testimony about Forex, I've been in this atmosphere probably a little bit over 3 months, and believe me, I have made thousands of dollars. And it ain't hard, copy, paste, profit. You know, and I'm moving on to more and better things because there's so much that is available in I Am Mastery Academy. I learn something every day. I love getting on the charts because I know I'm about to learn something and I know I'm about to make some money. I got it to the point where I got people in my house, 21, 19, my wife, she's trading, everybody say, if I can get the dog to trade, I would. That's how phenomenal this platform is. But I just thank y'all for this time, and I encourage you and I implore you to say yes to Forex because this is where you want to be. Thank you, Chairman Carl. Thank you, Dr. Jewel Tanker, for this time.
Wow. Awesome. Now, any other team members, if you're a part of Dr. Jewel Tanker's organization, we would love to hear your trading testimony really quick. 30 seconds. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, and what has been your trading journey. You started with this amount of money and you grew it to this amount. We want to hear your trading story. Go ahead and unmute. Feel free. Go ahead and unmute.
Great day, family. My name is Dee Dee. I'm originally from New York City. I'm in Rockingham, North Carolina right now. And 2 years ago, I knew nothing about Forex. And after being in this space, I'm a single mom of 3 young children, 12, 6, and 2. And after being in this space, I've been able to actually multiply my money from my bed. And when I say that, I get excited because, again, I knew nothing about this skill. I literally set in some trades, 2 to be exact, from Dr. Kathy, the ECC 11, and the LPO. I set it, I went to bed for a couple of hours, I woke up, I was in profit, then I took a bath. After my bath, I made $200 within like 4 or 5 hours. So I'm so excited about this opportunity. When you get plugged in, you're not only getting plugged into the just amazing education, but you're getting plugged into a wealth space that is just A1. So welcome to the family.
Woo-hoo! Let's go, Dee Dee. All right, we want one more trading testimonial. Angela's Pipersburg, are you out there, woman of God? We'd love to hear your Forex testimonial. All right, anyone else? Go ahead. It's press *6 unmute. We'd love to hear your trading testimonial. All right, guys. Well, I'm super excited, Dr. Jewel. This has been an amazing call. Congratulations to Pastors Ron and Karen Morrison. Guys, if you are a guest of Pastors Ron and Karen, guys, get back with them tonight. Get started because, guys, you're going to be at the front. You're going to be at the forefront of their organization. What does that simply mean? It's called First Movers Advantage. What that simply means, the first 3 people that partner with Pastors Ron and Karen Morrison, you're going to be at the top of their organization. And as the company grows, as the business grows and expands, you will be a benefactor because you started with them first. Okay. So, guys, I want you to get back in contact with whoever got you on tonight's call. Pastor Ron and Karen, would you guys like to have any closing remarks tonight? Love to hear your feedback.
This has been phenomenal, just listening to Dr. Jewel and again, hearing the testimonies from everybody. It's just been so exciting for us, and we're so glad that we're a part of this great organization, and just so excited about our future and what we're going to do. It's not what's may happen and what might happen, is what's going to happen, because we declare it right now. We're going to be doing the work. Faith without works is dead. So we got to do some things. We got to make some things happen, and we're going to be doing that. We hope that everybody that's on board will just go ahead and if we invited you, please get in touch with us because we want to help you to grow. We want to help you to make it. We want to help you get to that next level. We're not satisfied where we are. We're walking in a wealthy place, but we're not satisfied. We want to get stronger and get better and get bigger and just go ahead and continue to grow so I can get to where Dr. Jewel is and be able to take those vacations whenever I get ready. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
All right, Elder Karen, did you want to have any words, Elder Karen?
No, I'm just sitting here and just knowing that I'm in the right place at the right time to make big moves. And so I'm just excited about what is happening. I mean, it is awesome to know that we have access to such great information, tools. And I get excited every time I log on. I mean, it's just like, I'm ever learning. So that excites me in and of itself.
Wow. Pastors Ron and Karen, guys, you had it tonight. Your future economy. We're streaming live on social media. Guys, you want to repost this. You want to reshare this. Create a watch party after this party. All right. So that we can get the word out to impact nations and generations around the world. Guys, God bless you. Until next time, your future economy. Thank you, Dr. Jewel Tankard. We appreciate you for being a remarkable leader. And guys, let's get ready. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Thank you.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family.
Let's get it.
Oh,